Hello YouTube friends and family. Welcome back to Life and Living It. This is a channel where we delve into fascinating topics that makes us human. Today, we are going back to revisit temperaments. Do you remember? We spoke about temperament a month ago. Yeah. So we are refreshing our minds on temperaments today. Then we will introduce ourselves to their intriguing blends. And in my next couple of videos, like after this, I'll make a playlist of all the temperament blends so that we will know where we fit better. First of all, the attempt to explain the differences in people dates as far back to 470 BC. One attempt involved astrology, which looked outside of man to explain the differences. This involved 12 signs symbolized by earth, air, fire, and water. Hippocrates then looked inside of man to explain the differences. He believed that behavior was determined by the presence of an excessive amount of one of four fluids or humors. These are yellow bile, also known as claw, red bile or blood, known as sangus, white bile, known as phlegm, and black bile, which is known as melon. These four humors were thought to be related to the four elements of earth, air, fire, and water. In other words, when one throws up yellow bile, secretes white bile, oozes blood, spits out phlegm or black bile, we can figure out their health conditions. Similarly, Hippocrates and other early Greeks thought that an excess of one of the four body fluids produces a particular temperament and behavior. Now let's analyze these fluids. 1. White bile or phlegm. You'll notice that it is during the cold seasons that people release phlegms a lot. As phlegms are thick, sluggish, cold, and wet, it is associated with the winter season where people are mostly inactive and dormant. But actually, the phlegm of humorism is far from phlegm as it is defined today. Phlegm was used as a general term to describe white or colorless secretion such as a pus, mucus, saliva, sweat, or semen. Phlegm was also associated with the brain, possibly due to the color and consistency of brain tissues. The Greeks believed that people who have excess white bile are reserved in nature and have phlegmatic temperaments. These people are associated with water. Secondly, yellow bile was thought to be fluid found within the gallbladder or in excretions such as vomit or feces. The associated qualities for yellow bile are hot and dry, with the natural association of summer and fire. It was believed that an excess of this humor in an individual will result in emotional irregularities such as increased anger or behaving irrationally. It was associated with choleric nature, which are ambitious, decisive, aggressive, and short-tempered. Number 3, black bile was associated with a melancholy nature. the word melancholy itself deriving from the Greek for black bile. Depression was attributed to excess or unnatural black bile secreted by the spleen. Cancer was also attributed to an excess of black bile concentrated in a specific area. The seasonal association of black bile was to autumn, as the cold and dry characteristics of the season reflects the nature of man. Black bile is associated with it. And finally, we have red bile. It was thought that the nutritional value of the blood was the source of energy for the body and the soul. Blood was believed to consist of small proportional amounts of the other three fluids. This means that taking a blood sample will allow determination of the abundance of the other four fluids in the body. It was associated with a sanguine nature, which are enthusiastic, active, and social. The seasonal association of blood is the spring, because the natural characteristic found in individuals was associated with being hot and wet. In the mid-19th century, J.L. Ideala wrote a text in which he observed that people who have red blood cells are friendly. They joke and laugh about their bodies, and they have rose-tinted, slightly red, and have pretty skin. So you'll notice that some people are mostly their head or their face are red most of the time or all the time, and they get this rosy color, pinky color. Yeah, so he noticed that those people are mostly jovial and friendly people. Also, he said that the people who have yellow bile are bitter, short-tempered, and daring. They appear greenish and have yellow skin. The people who are composed of black bile are lazy, fearful, and sickly. They have black hair and black eyes. And lastly, those who have phlegm are low-spirited, forgetful, and have white hair. So, the word temperament comes from the Latin word temperamentum and means right blending. The Greeks thought that a person's temperament was therefore made up of a blending of these four fluids. Hippocrates and the early Greeks were accurate, yes, in their observation of behavior, but were incorrect about the origin of these tendencies. These tendencies are not created by the excess of a fluid. I repeat, they are not created by the excess of a fluid. Temperaments are fundamental aspects of our personalities, shaping how we perceive and interact with the world. They have been studied for centuries, and today I want to make a playlist to throw more light on temperament and their captivating blends. If you haven't watched my first video on temperament, you can find it in the description section of this video. So, as I earlier said, there are four temperaments which are characterized by four distinctive groups of traits or tendencies. Each collection of traits produces a distinct manner of behavior different from the other groups. For instance, the choleric collection of traits differs widely from the phlegmatic collection of traits, and each depicts different behavior. The sanguine and melancholy have their own unique cluster of traits that also differ widely from each other. Each trait can be placed on a scale from low expression to high expression. For instance, one may possess the trait of being social to a high degree, moderate degree, or almost not at all. In my previous video, I kinda made it look like temperament takes the type approach, but I want to correct myself now. Types are considered to be categories into which a person may either fit or not fit. For example, a person could be seen as either an extrovert or introvert. The temperament model does not embrace the type approach to behavior. Types are restrictive and narrow in their scope, and they do not leave room for different degrees of expression or development by an individual. Alport stated, and I quote, "A man can be said to have a trait, but he cannot be said to have a type. Rather, he fits a type," unquote. Temperament blends refer to a combination of mixtures of different temperament traits in an individual. Temperament traits are innate or genetically influenced aspects of personality that affect how a person perceives and interacts with the world. Examples of temperament traits include introversion or extroversion, sensitivity, impulsivity, and adaptability. A temperament blend is a unique combination of these traits that contributes to an individual's overall personality and behavioral patterns. We are a blend of two temperament traits. Better still, few people are a blend of three. Your temperament is just the foundation of a stepping stone. It is your personality that is actually a combination of the temperament plus total life experiences. Thus, you can strengthen your strengths and overcome your weaknesses. So here is a quick reminder of the 4 primary temperaments. The sanguine temperament is lively, extroverted, and socially oriented. Choleric individuals are ambitious, driven, and exhibit leadership qualities. Melancholics are deep thinkers, introspective, and often display artistic tendencies. Lastly, the phlegmatic temperament is characterized by calmness, diplomacy, and a preference for peace. Now that we are familiar with these temperaments, let's explore their blends. It is important to note that each person is unique and may exhibit a blend of temperaments rather than fitting perfectly into one category. When considering the blends, do bear in mind that not all are of the same degree. A man who is 60% sanguine and 40% choleric is different from the man who is 80% sanguine and 20% choleric. Also, some variables will exist within the blend. In my next videos, I will focus on the blends which consist of 60% primary temperament and 40% secondary temperament. You will further have to make the adjustment to yourself and know the degree to which you exhibit a particular cluster of traits. So this was it for the reminder video. I hope this has sparked your curiosity and encouraged self-reflection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video if you found it helpful. Stay curious and be exploring, And until next time, take care and embrace your unique blend of temperament. Bye.